What's up guys, welcome back. It's RJ and today breaking out another pair of Nikes and another collaboration between the swoosh, Jun Takahashi, and his brand Undercover. Obviously, if you don't know Jun, designer, collaborator out of Japan, his company Undercover, again, based in Japan. And not the first time, second time, or the last time you'll probably see him collab with Nike. Just another one of his imaginations come true when he took everything that he wanted to do and put it into the React Presto silhouette. So without further ado, let's dive right in. So both left and right, exactly the same as per usual. Let's go ahead and break them down. And if I didn't mention already, we're looking at the mahogany, brown pueblo, and white colorway. I picked up the all white, but they were just kind of too bland to take a look at. And I thought this was the most interesting of the three colorways that dropped. Alongside these two that I mentioned was an all black pair. And if the outsole was like white or had more of a alternate color, I guess, I would have probably went with those. But I thought this was the best colorway out of the bunch. So like I said, mahogany is gonna be your base, and it's almost a, not almost, definitely a purple. And so I'll go ahead and break it down and give you guys what colors are placed where, and we'll go from there. It's gonna be a tricky breakdown just because there's a lot going on, to be completely honest. The first thing I wanna talk about is almost beneath everything is a mesh layer that's overlaid in a thin plastic cover. As you can see right here, the best places on the toe box is where it's, I guess, most visible and most apparent. And again, just really outlandish when it comes to some things that Jun does and that Undercover does when collaborating with Nike. So not really an everyday sneaker for most people. Definitely very like Japanese in style, obviously, but something that you might see more, you know, in Asia on a daily basis versus here in America, maybe in Europe a lot. I'm not really sure if they would vibe with it. That plastic and mesh, or the overlaid mesh, is back here on the back panel of the shoe as well, where the upper meets the midsole. The next layer I want to point out is all leather, and it's that purple mahogany color, just all over the toe box area, comes up beneath the cage, both lateral and medial. And then it's also gonna finish off beneath the plastic back panel back here, or rubber panel back here, that you can't really, beneath that, can't really see it. And last but not least, the lacing system is capped off with a leather mahogany piece up top as well. And then since I already mentioned it, we'll go ahead and hit on the cage. Obviously, all the Prestos always have a cage of some sort. In this scenario, we've got this cage right here. Again, TPU plastic. You've got the swoosh right here. Lateral and medial both feature the cage, and both sides of the cage are hit with that white splatter, and that's where the white from the colorway or the box label comes into play. Really no other white on the whole sneaker aside from what you're seeing right there. And then that same TPU plastic is hit right here on the toe box, almost in like a mud guard form, if you will. Caps off on the front, and then both lateral and medial sides of the shoe have that same guard as well. And already touched on this back panel piece right here. You've got the Undercover logo, and then a big old pull tab up top. I already hit on the upper portion of the lacing system, but it's also it starts off down low, kind of hard to explain, but you have two lace loops, and they're both like nylon little straps off at the on the toe box area, one on each side of the shoe beneath the mahogany leather right there. And then the laces just come up again on the cage system, and then right there finishing off. Almost wish they had one of those pinched clasps like all the other shoes that we've been seeing lately, but they just come and they run through the top of this leather portion right here and then tie off. I just left them how they came, stock out of the box. Didn't really need to tie them up any tighter than that. You know, it's a booty shoe, so they fit pretty good right out of the box. And then obviously I already mentioned the whole sneaker's got that same booty system that we're used to seeing these days. And it's almost, I'd say, almost neoprene or a nylon mix of some sort makes up everything underneath all the materials that we already discussed. Big old opening for your foot, not hard to get on at all. And when you get them on, very comfortable. They did a good job, you know, as far as comfort goes. I'll get into like, I guess the feel and stuff in just a minute, but overall, very comfortable shoe, you know, and we'll get down to the React and all that stuff. Super comfy. So on foot, sliding them in, getting them on, all that stuff, no issues at all. You do have a removable insole, Nike Undercover co-branding as usual. Almost forgot, one pair of laces. They are cotton flat laces. These ones are in that mahogany with the 3M hits all throughout. This is where things get interesting and comfortable, I guess. For those of you who haven't experienced React up till now, very comfortable. A lot of cushion, very cushy, squishy, responsive, and definitely my favorite cushioning system, second to Boost. But we're not talking about Adidas right now, so we'll stick to this. You've got a black, almost matching the mahogany, but more of a black base with the paint splatter all on top, same splatter that we saw up top on the cage, white in color. And then you've got that Pueblo brown coming back here on the rubber overlays that are attached right there onto the midsole. Those same overlays run all throughout the bottom of the outsole area. So basically you're gonna have translucent rubber up front and then a darker translucent rubber in the back. And then beneath that, just all exposed React cushioning. So you've got a ton, I'm sure the camera's picking it up, ridiculously thick. And that was my big, I guess, put off. You know, I didn't really like that. I don't like how high your foot sits up. The midsole's already ridiculously thick, so adding those big old nodes on the bottom just kind of made it feel like a platform shoe, I guess, for lack of better terms. I know it's more of a higher fashion when June and Undercover are present in a collaboration. Just not something that I was really about. I'm not a huge fan of the shoe, but I still think in the grand scheme of things, it was well done. You know, I think it's a cool iteration. I think it was well done and well thought out. And I don't really ever dislike anything Undercover drops, especially with Nike. So I'm not really hating on it. It's just not something that's for me. You know, I think for some people, it definitely works. And I think some people pretty, you know, heavily vibe with it. I'm just not a huge fan. As far as pricing goes, however, they came in at 180 bucks, you know, and right there in line with a lot of comparable silhouettes, you know, from other brands, as well as the Epic Reacts that came out last year, the Infinity Reacts that we talked about last week, and just everything else that's pretty much in the React lineup. So 180 bucks, especially when in collaboration with a big name like Undercover and June, not really anything you can get too mad at. As far as sizing goes, go true to size. These came in very, very true to size in my opinion. Like I said, very comfortable. You feel the React cushioning, the uppers, you know, breathable, surprisingly, since there is a ton of plastic overlays up top. Still very breathable. Wasn't a very hot shoe at all for the time that I did wear it, and comfort, just super comfy, man. I can't really hate on them at all. Just a little thick for my taste is, I guess, where I'll leave it at. If you guys have any questions about them, I'd be happy to answer. It is a super unique shoe, and I'm probably not the person to break down something with so many meticulous additions, you know, from a big name like Jun Takahashi. But I wanted to grab them because I thought they looked interesting, and I thought some of you might vibe with them pretty heavily. So once again, like I said, if you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section. I'll do my best to get back to you guys. I appreciate you. If you haven't already, do me a favor, leave a thumbs up on the video. It means the world to me. And if you're brand new to the channel, one more favor, hit that subscribe button, tap the bell, get a notification alert every single time I drop something on this channel. Guys, I appreciate you. I will throw these on feet right now, give you guys a better look at them. And until next time, I'm RJ. Peace out.